guys, happy favorites time. It is June, so there's that. 6-month halfway point of the year. We'll just let that sink in for a minute. I must say, like, yes, time goes by quickly, even more so with ever before with a growing child. But at the same time, I feel like I've really experienced every day so much more fully in this past year and whatever, that it feels longer, even though it's going fast. So there's that old adage, the days are, can you hear her? Don, my husband's watching her, he's letting me film today. She might be complaining downstairs. So if you hear her in the background, my daughter's complaining a little bit. Anyway, like I was saying, there's that old adage, the days are long, but the years are short. And it is so true, because I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, it's June. What happened? But then I'm looking back and every day has felt very full and not like it's been rushing by me. I feel like I've really settled into every day and experienced each day very fully. So I don't know. It's just an interesting experience. Anyway, to the task at hand. Today I'm going to share some of my favorite things from the past month, ranging lifestyle, from clothes and accessories to beauty to home goods, multimedia. I put in a tasty treat there, and at the very end I'll tack on one of my favorite mommy favorites. That was redundant, but you know what I mean. So it's at the very end of that. If you're not interested, you can watch everything else first and just skip it out at the end. But yes, and my beauty favorite this month, this is not something I've done before, is actually a rant. But I feel like if it happened to me, it could happen to somebody else, and I just want you guys to be informed if you're not. So I have a little rant instead of a rave in my beauty category. But first I'm going to talk about clothes and accessories. The clothing items are actually both technically accessories. First of all, I love my Stitch Fix subscription. I've been subscribed since the beginning of the year. I think I've gotten like 4 or 5, maybe 5 boxes now. I get them on a monthly basis. It took a few. The first box I loved. The second and third boxes were like, I really didn't like them at all. I ended up sending most of those things back. And what Stitch Fix is, it's a clothing subscription service where you have a stylist who styles, I think it's 5 pieces for you every month, and they can range from clothing to accessories, shoes, things like that too. I have clothing specific, like you make a very, very detailed style quiz, and you can outline what kind of clothing or accessories you want or don't want. So I have on mine just clothing, and then every month you can write a detailed note to your stylist saying what you're looking for in the next box. And when you get a box and you get something in it that you either really like or really don't like or not, or whatever, any range of the spectrum of feelings there, when you are checking out at the end of the month, you know, either you're sending something back or everything back or keeping it all or whatever, you can write notes on everything about what you liked and didn't like about it in terms of fit and cut and style and everything. So it also helps your stylist in that way. Well, the last 2 boxes have been gold, and I've really been enjoying them. This came, I think in one of the boxes I didn't like actually, and this was the only piece I kept. But this is something I have had my eye on for a long time because it reminds me of a maternity jacket that I loved while I was pregnant with Charlotte, which I really thought I'd be able to wear postpartum because it really doesn't look like super pregnant, you know what I mean? But it's just way too big postpartum for me. So I was looking for a replacement kind of army green anorak jacket like this. So they sent one. The company's marketed in spruce, and I went in a medium. That's what I usually buy for jackets and coats and things. And I just love it. It's perfect. It's the perfect weight. It's a really nicely made. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It's just a nice mid-weight. I love the hood. I did end up, the strings on it were kind of ridiculous. It had like you could tighten it up around the waist. The waist tie was ridiculously long, and I ended up cutting it off because it was just too long. So it's still in there, I just made it shorter. And I'm actually thinking of cutting these a bit too because they're just too long. But it's the perfect length too. It hits me kind of mid-thigh, so it's not too long, it's not too short. It's the Goldilocks anorak, and I love it, and I've been wearing it a lot this spring. And then my other clothing and accessory favorite are these shoes. These are New Balance shoes. Now hold on, I wrote down the actual They're the New Balance Women's the Z, I don't know how to pronounce that, Agility V2 Cross Trainer. These are great. They are much brighter than my kind of sneakers I usually go for, an everyday sneaker, but I saw them and I just fell in love with them. I love this color purple, this sort of royal purple, and I thought it was just fun for a change to have some really fun sneakers. I wear these as my everyday shoe. Since we've gotten into the warmer weather, I love my little, like my Merrell Encores, those kind of fleecy lined slides that I wear all winter long. But once it's warm enough, I'm in sneakers because that's the best for my foot. The insoles are removable, so I can put in my custom orthotics. I have problematic feet, so I have custom orthotics that I pop right in there. They're really lightweight, they're very supportive. And even with like a big old bunion, I thought this might be too narrow of a shoe for me, but because it's this sort of almost kind of like fake lacy material, works really well. My feet don't feel cramped, even though it's a much smaller toe box than shoes I've had before. I haven't had an issue with them, and they're just so comfortable. Yes, they're a little bit bright, especially with the laces. If I wanted to tone it down a bit, I might put in, you know, like a white, I don't even know if I do a white lace, maybe like a dark purple lace to kind of blend in with the shoe, but I actually kind of like it, it's fun. I do love those other shoes. Were those Merrells as well? But I wore through those. A pair of walking shoes only lasts me 1 year because I walk every day, you know, with my dog, Winnie, and my baby, and I'm just on my feet a lot, and I wear them, you know, to run out and do errands, to go to an appointment. I wear them every day. I'm not like a cute shoe person, really. But those to me are cute shoes. So I've been loving those. Okay, so my beauty rant. Because the only reason there's two reasons I'm including this. One, it was going to be my favorite this month because when I first had this treatment done, I was in love with it and thought it was amazing. But then, two, I realized it wrecked my nails, like big time, and I wanted to share my experience with you in case somebody else is thinking of doing this. So before I went to Go Wild, which was a conference I went to last month, I wanted to get a manicure, but I am notoriously bad at chipping. My nails chip so fast, and I know especially with like last minute packing and everything, that something wasn't really gonna last on me. But I really wanted to have my nails done because I hadn't had a manicure in a very long time. I've painted my own nails for the most part for the past few years, and I haven't even painted my own nails really since Charlotte was born, so it's been like a year and a half, and it just sounded like a nice treat. So I'm in there, I'm just having like a regular manicure, and the nail tech is asking me if I want no chip. And I'm like, oh, what is that? And they're telling me it's a longer lasting polish. It doesn't need it's a little less aggressive on your nails than like fake nails, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, just the way, and it's supposed to last for 2 weeks and be perfect. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So I did it, and I loved it, and it wore beautifully through 2 weeks. I could have worn it longer, but my grow out was like crazy. So I decided to have it taken off and put back on because I had asked if it was safe on your nails to do more than once in a row. And the nail tech was like, yeah, of course. I just take a break like every 3 manicures. And I was like, okay. So I didn't see what the manicure had done to my nails, the no chip manicure had done to my nails between treatments. So after 2 weeks, I went back to the nail salon. I had it taken off. I didn't see what my nails looked like. They like have to soak your nails in this special solution, and then they just kind of scrape it off, but there was a lot of buffing on my nails. And what I think is that they buffed my nail way down. Well, then they put the no chip back on, and I didn't know, like I was none the wiser. Well, 2 weeks go by again, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna take a break from this. Like, I really enjoy it, but maybe I'll just save it for the next time we're traveling or whatever and do it sort of as a special thing. Well, they take it off. I leave the salon. Later that day, I'm looking at my nails, and I can tell, like I could tell almost right away when the nail tech was buffing it off that they felt lighter. Like I felt like I could feel the breeze through them. That sounds ridiculous, I know, but I was like, uh-oh, this isn't good. So I cut them real short because that to me, like I've had problems with brittle nails in the past. I haven't for the past year really. I've had really strong nails, which is another reason I thought I could handle the no chip. Maybe I could have handled just 1 round of it, but 2 rounds of it was too much. And now it's been a couple weeks since I've had it taken off, and they are in the worst shape of my life. I have them cut so short. I'll insert a picture, but they are still, like you'll see, they're cut so short, but they're still tearing down to the nail bed, and it's not good. It's really my pinky and ring fingers that are the worst. It seems like they're just, especially my pinkies, they are just, and it's painful because I'm getting down to the nail bed, it's getting exposed. They're cut, they're like almost jagged, and they're getting stuck on things, and it's awful. And there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I put a little nail strengthener on them that I have from Julep that I feel is like the most natural nail strengthener I have. I don't want to put anything on my nails right now. I just want to let them breathe, but this is their like oxygen treatment. I just felt like I needed a little extra something just to help fortify the nail in terms of having something on there, even if it's not a strengthening polish. So that's what I have on there. That's why they're a little shiny, but man, you guys, I'm never doing that again. It was amazing. It lasted great and it was beautiful, but wrecked my nails, and it was not worth it. It was not worth the price to pay. I mean, like, I was happy to pay for it at the time. You know, I'm not saying it wasn't worth the price. I'm saying the price I paid in terms of the result with my really super weak, super sad, super destroyed nails, not worth it. So I just wanted to share my story with you in case you're ever thinking of doing no chip. I think it works on some people. Maybe you don't do it back to back. Maybe that was bad advice on that nail tech's part. I don't know, but it just really wrecked my nails. So I felt like I wanted to share that with you, and hopefully, so, you know, if you're on the fence about having it done, maybe that would help you make a more informed decision, just hearing other people's experience. If you had really good experiences with no chip, if you could please weigh in and explain how you do it and how often you do it, and maybe you just have stronger nails by nature. I thought mine were in really good shape. They were as strong as they've ever been in my adult life, but did not stand up to that. So had to share that. I'll come back with a beauty favorite next time for sure, but I just wanted to share that beauty rant there. Okay, home goods. You might have noticed I got new bedding. Ta-da! So I tend to hold on to house decor things for a very, 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 very long time. My tastes don't change very often, and if they do, it's in a very small way. So we had I change my bedding seasonally, so usually 3 times a year. Lately I've been doing it fall, winter, and then spring, summer, because we're away for so much of the summer. I don't feel like we need to change twice between spring and summer for like cleanliness reasons, you know what I mean? Because I actually deep clean my bedding seasonally, so I'll wash the actual comforter and all of that stuff, and obviously the covers and the shams and quilts as well. But yes, it has been a long time since I bought new bedding. I think it was not this past winter or last year, but the winter before that, I bought new winter bedding, which I love. It's beautiful. I love, love, love that bedding. And we had repainted this room a few years ago, and it really went well. And I said, I know I'm gonna get new summer bedding in the next couple of years. But I waited until something I really liked popped up. And I've always been a big fan of Pottery Barn bedding, so I got us a new spring summer set. I wanted something mostly white I wanted something blue, because this room used to be blue and I loved it, but it was just like a little overwhelming that the whole room was blue. But now I feel like I've tied back in that original color in the bedding in just a pop of color kind of way. So this is the Anna Medallion duvet cover and those Euro shams behind me from Pottery Barn. It's a beautiful texture. It's, I think they're like some sort of organic, responsibly grown cotton. It's just very, very soft and light, beautiful. And then I also decided to get a new quilt and shams. And this is the white, now hold on, I have to look this up again because I don't remember. The washed cotton quilt and shams, and these are unbelievably soft. I can't tell you how soft they are. They're silky smooth, but they're so light, perfect for this time of year throughout summer. And I just love them. And then I also bought a new decorative pillow, that home pillow, also from Pottery Barn. So I'll have all that linked below. I did also update some of the pillow covers on our chair, that leather chair we have in the corner. I'll pop in a picture. I still have some heavy blankets and like a fuzzy pillow on there, like a furry faux fur pillow, because my dog Winnie really likes hanging out on those cozy things year round. We have our house, you know, temperature controlled with air conditioning. So I decided to leave a couple of the fuzzy elements on, even though they're not very like summery. But I did change up a couple of the decorative pillows. So I'll show you guys those, and I'll pop links to those below as well if you want to check them out. But I just love it. It kind of made it a little more summery, and it just kind of lightens up the space a little bit, and it's very exciting. And then tasty treats, right? No, multimedia girl. Getting ahead of myself. I feel like this is gonna be a long video. Why? I don't know why I always say that, because they are always long videos. Okay, TV shows. Don and I watched Big Little Lies, which is based on a book that I read a few years ago and absolutely loved. The TV series, I think it was it a Netflix series or an HBO? I don't remember exactly, but it was like I think a 7 or 8 episode series with movie stars in it. Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, a bunch of other famous people I don't know the names of off the top of my head. It was done amazingly well. It is very, very rare that I like a film or a screen version of one of my favorite books as much as I did this. I felt like they did an excellent job adapting it to a screenplay, spanning it out. Instead of doing it in a movie, which I think would have been hard to condense into like a 2-hour movie, having this basically like an 8-hour movie, but chopped up into episodes, really was very smart. I think it allowed them to explore the characters deeper. They could have even gone into much more exploration with the characters, but given the 8-hour, time frame or whatever, with the way the season played out, was really worked out well. And the way that they set up the show really echoed the book very well in the flashbacks and just the whole tone of the book. So I don't think this is a spoiler, because it's like the main premise of the show in the book, and what you find out in the very first minute of the show is that it's a murder mystery, basically. But it centers around community and mom things, like issues with other parents and other kids and things like that. And it was just really well done, and it's a drama. It's not like a funny show, although there's some funny moments, but it was incredible. And Reese Witherspoon just blew me away. I thought she was fantastic in that, and I can't recommend it more. So I can't remember exactly what platform it was from, but I will link it below, and then I'll know. I found a new for me, YouTuber that I've been following for the past couple of months that I'm really enjoying. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I love Run Disney. I love the half marathons that they do at the parks. I participated in a few. It's been a while between trying to conceive and being pregnant with Charlotte, and not being able to train during that time, and then postpartum and hoping for another child. It hasn't made sense to be training for another event right now. But it is definitely a huge dream and goal of mine to, if I'm physically able to, and that's something I'm working on. That's a story for another day. I have some body mechanic issues with running, but I am working on that for long-term running goals. I would love to get back into that. It might be a few years before that's a possibility, but I would love to try to get back in that. And I've just been itching to have that excitement of those races and that feeling again. And I've just been really interested in running again. I haven't been able to successfully run for more than a couple of months at a time because, like I said, of the body mechanic issues I've been having, but I've been in physical therapy for that. And I'm hoping that's, long term I'll be able to embrace running again. But I found Heather, I apologize to Heather if I mispronounce your name at all. Heather Jurgensen's YouTube channel. It used to be called Grace and Pretzels, but then she just made it her name, Heather Jurgensen, I think. She's a running specific channel, and I think of a lot of running specific YouTube channels as being a little bit what I want it to be. Do you know what I mean? Like a little bit intense. Like I'm not a professional athlete. I'm never gonna be a very fast runner. I'm never gonna be anything close to that. I just want to be able to participate in events again and be able to run on a regular basis again and feel like I can do that in a healthy way. And I really enjoy Heather's channel because she to me is like a real life person who really embraces running, but it isn't like she's trying to, break any records or, has any delusions about being, number one in the race or anything like that. That's not the kind of content she puts out. Not that there's anything wrong with that content, but this is more geared towards you're passionate about running. It's not the only thing you've got going in your life, but it's something you really enjoy. And I found her through searching for Run Disney races on YouTube, like experience videos, because I just missed that stuff and I wanted to be I wanted to remember and live vicariously through other people. And I've just fallen in love with her channel, her attitude. She's got a very kind of dry, sarcastic humor, but very palpable. Palpable, is that the right word? You know what, it's welcoming. You can tell she's a very warm and welcoming person, but she's funny and quirky and just really passionate. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. And it's really it's been the perfect fit for me for wanting to have, a connection, somebody I can connect to, not literally, I'm not like actually talking to her in person, although I'd love to. Hi, Heather, if you're watching. But it gives me that, like there's somebody who's as passionate as I am and they're able to do it and I can kind of live vicariously through her. And she gives great tips and great story recaps and training advice. And I just, check her out if you're into running or if you want to get into running or you're interested in Disney races. That's not her whole shtick, isn't just like Run Disney stuff, but she talks about Run Disney a lot and I don't know. I wanted to, sorry, Charlotte's squealing. I wanted to show her some love and give her channel a support because I've just been so enjoying it. So if you're interested in checking her out, please give her a hey, tell her Jen said hi, and I hope that you show her some love for sure. Oh, this video, you guys, this video. Okay, let's move on to tasty treats. I'm wrapping it up, I promise. Now that we've talked about healthy things like running and being fit, let's talk about Oreos. You guys, in all honesty, I could sit here and talk about apples because I've been on a major apple kick for the past month, and that'd be like such a healthy and awesome thing to share about, but that's not fun. I mean, I think apples are fun, but I think Oreos are a little bit more fun to talk about in a favorites video, and these are just fun. These are the Firework Oreos. I hope that they're keeping these around till the 4th of July because fireworks, they launched them, I think about a month ago. What they are, they're basically double stuffed Oreos, which A, yum, but also B, they have Pop Rocks in them, basically popping candy. I don't know if they're actual Pop Rocks, that's like a brand name, right? Popping candy in them. And when I first saw these, I was like, that might not be good. But I was so intrigued by their weirdness that I had to try them. It's really good. It's really good because it's got that classic double stuffed Oreo taste. And then you have this nice finish of just, and it's not like overwhelming popping candy feeling, but it's just a little bit, this little firework finish. Yum. Okay, last but not least, my mommy favorite. We are all about books in this house. You guys know I have a huge collection of children's books, and Charlotte's board book collection has grown exponentially since she's been born. And that girl loves her books and continues to grow more and more fond of them. These were a gift from a cousin of mine for Charlotte. They are awesome. She loves them. These are the pop-up Peekaboo books. So I'm just we have 3, pop-up Peekaboo Woof, pop-up Peekaboo Meow, and pop-up Peekaboo Bedtime. So basically, it's a pop-up board book. So it's got the big colorful illustrations, easy to follow storyline, but then, look at that! And she pulls at these, you guys, and they have not ripped or anything. I mean, I think she's more delicate with her books, I think, than, I don't know about other children, I only have the one, right? But I've taught her to be, books are to be respected, and I let her touch all of her books, of course, as often as she wants, but if I see her trying to rip or pull at something too hard, I tell her to be careful. Come on, how cute are these, right? I just had to share them because I haven't seen these anywhere. I think they bought them at Barnes & Noble. My cousins did for her. But how cute are these? And these are by, well, gosh, they don't even say. DK is the publisher, DK Publishing. Oh, here, written by Dawn Surratt, designed by Susan Calver. Is this the same one? Yeah. So I will link these. You can probably find them on Amazon, I'm guessing, if not Barnes & Noble's. I'm pretty sure that's where they're from, but tell me those aren't adorable. They're super cute, so I had to share those because those have definitely been a favorite for the past month for us, and we've been really enjoying them. And that is it, you guys. I'm sorry about the length of this video, of course. And I'm sorry for including the rant instead of a rave for my beauty thing. I don't like to be, you know, I don't like to talk negatively about things if I can help it, but when it's something that, like that, where I think maybe that, having that story, sharing that story might help somebody not wreck their nails. And like I said, maybe it won't wreck everybody's nails. I'm sure it doesn't, or it wouldn't be around and be so popular, but maybe don't do it 2 manicures in a row. I don't know. I just had to share. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your month is off to a great start. Loving this weather, and I hope you guys are too, and having fun with your family and friends. I will have my favorite moments blog post where I talk more about favorite moments, as in like personal life stuff, instead of things, on my blog for you either today or hopefully very soon. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.